Hey, Cuck.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
Cool. How was your day, sir?
It was all right.
Cool. Is your hand feeling better?
My hand is doing a bit better now.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
That's what's up. Anyhow, so I wanted to now that I can hold the damn phone now, I wanted to talk to you about being a cuck and the reason I wanted to ask you about it was because of the whole hypocrisy with all the racism. You got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
racist people who deep down they don't hate them. They damn near love black men.
Yes, sir.
But openly show so much hate and damn near make a whole system that works against them as a people.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get your perspective on that.
About why white white boys like me like interracial porn, but on but like when it comes to like mainstream, there's a lot of racism out there.
Oh yeah.
I guess my perspective is well, first of all, I'll say a lot of white boys like me grew up watching interracial porn, and I guess it was deemed at the time of society, it was deemed like I guess like wrong, like this is the uh, black man, kind of like taking advantage of white women, or it's a black man getting his reparations through fucking white women, and but I think that was just a cover, for white men and white people, like including white women, to just, basically, have sex with black men and kind of like get off on it. I will say that I think, like growing up watching interracial porn,
Mm-hmm.
it was very exciting for me because
I
I
want
just
to
want,
ask you that real quick. Two questions about that I want to ask. All right, real
sure,
quick.
sir.
What was it like the very first time you saw a well endowed black man have rough sex with a white girl in an interracial porno? How did that make you feel?
It made me feel very weak and inferior.
It did.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I mean, I
definitely.
mean, you, I
Like,
mean, I mean, I mean, as much as it may have turned, I mean, it turned you on too, right?
oh, for sure, definitely. That's what I think got me off. It was like,
Feeling inferior turned you on.
yes, sir. Yeah, definitely.
Wow. So, what did you feel first? Turned on or inferior? Like, what the like the fuck is dick so fucking big? Which one was it first?
It
Inferior.
was turned on, and then came the inferiority.
Mm.
I think part of it was because, um, at first, like I think whenever somebody watches porn, I think in the back of their head they're thinking, "Oh, this is me having sex with the girl," even though it's someone else. But
Mm-hmm.
then when you're a white boy watching it,
You can't
you
imagine
quickly
yourself. You
realize
can't imagine yourself being a black man fucking like that.
exactly. I can't imagine it. Like I
Oh,
just know it's never gonna happen. So
always,
I just
yeah.
kind
I always figured that white men watch black male porn stars for the exact same reason they watch black NFL and NBA players. They want to see high caliber athletics in that regard. And when it comes to that, it usually ends up being large black men.
that's actually a really really good perspective. I never thought of that, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's like actually genius.
If
Makes
you
sense.
if you look if you look at the way a lot of women dress, they have a thing where they either show the same Instagram thoughts, they show their ass. They'll show how a lot of those women dress at sporting events to get noticed by those athletes. They dress like fucking. They're the same kind of whores. They damn near dress. They Instagram hoes dress like porn stars at NBA and NFL games to get the attraction of those kind of athletes that are damn near put in the same category as black male porn stars, in my opinion.
No, yeah, I think you're totally right.
You know what I mean?
I never thought of it like that, but that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
That's how I
You know.
feel. Because they show like black NFL guys doing like the when they draft them, and it looks like a damn slave auction. They make the comparison a lot because they
Yeah.
show big, they show strong black men sized up, You know what I mean? Lined up, bid it on, all that crazy shit. The same thing.
Yeah, definitely black males have been hypersexualized in TV, you know.
To the
Um,
to the point where they damn near have to emasculate us to almost balance out. You know what I mean? That's what the whole thing about that whole sissy thing. You got those guys that dress up like sissies, but I didn't know
yeah.
they did that shit because all I see is Tyler Perry and Martin Lawrence and all these black men having to fucking wear drag, prominent black men, and then come to find out behind closed doors, you got hashtag sissy for BBC.
Yeah. Now that makes actually even more sense.
You know what I mean? They got Dwayne Wade's fucking son. Dwayne Wade has a full grown masculine son that plays basketball, and they're putting more
Mm-hmm.
attention on him as a father raising a fucking transgender. I'm like, he's a black male athlete who's raising a black male athlete. Shouldn't that be what he should be doing as a father? Passing on what he
Yeah.
knows as a father to his son to be what the fuck? What they focus on his son be turning fucking drag queen. Fuck is that?
Yeah. I think it's just because white men like me, we can't measure up, and there's people that are in more power, and they just want to take advantage, you know.
Because
Of like,
because you got the kind of white people who burn down black villages, and I'm thinking, how many of them in the back of their mind are thinking about seeing their fucking girl get blacked and fucking eating the fucking cream pie? Because what the
oh,
fuck
I'm
is
sure
that
a
shit?
lot.
Yeah, that shit. I had no idea you had white men that want a black man to ejaculate. I find it revelatory because it's like, oh, it all makes sense now. You got white
Yeah.
men that want a black guy to fucking ejaculate in their wife so they can eat the semen out of their wife's vagina. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's something I definitely would want to do, and
I bet you.
I don't know. I think I can explain it a little bit. Part of it is like seeing a black man, like a superior black man, have sex with a white woman or white, kind of reminds the husband that this is a very sexy woman. Like, you know, that there are young men, especially young black men, who can really get whoever they want, and they can dominate them. And then, at least as a white boy like me, I kind of like eating the seed because I feel like there's a superior, it's superior semen, and like if I eat it, I somehow, I basically tell my wife that, you know, I'm willing to do anything for her, that I love her. Yeah, and then two, I basically kind of admit to the black man that I'm beneath him, and he is like, you know, he has ownership over my wife's pussy, and or any white woman's pussy. And then I also kind of feel like if I eat the superior seed, that I can somehow retain some of it, retain something from it, like being just I don't know. I don't really know what to say, but I just feel like eating
Instinct.
the superior seed.
It sounds like instinct.
Yeah, I think it's definitely instinct.
Some kind of instinct going on there. I was gonna say that they have that thing called what is it called, pre-selection, where for like a guy, it helps a guy get a girl if that girl sees that he can get with females. Like if a girl sees you with another girl, they'll like that because they can tell that you can get with females. Kind of like that the whole boy band effect, where you have a bunch of girls scream for a boy band. Next thing you know, it has more girls scream for the boy band. Next thing you know, you got NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and they're making hundreds of millions of dollars because initially some girls screamed at some goddamn boys that's singing the damn mall, like finger bang on South Park.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
I
mean?
kind of see the same thing going on now with a lot of young white women, like young white girls that are like turning 18, 20 or whatever, that there's definitely way more of an interest in black men at that age for young white girls, you know. And also I feel like it's coming up a lot with married white women and women, I think just white women in general, you know.
I think it's that whole like I was saying, the pre-selection thing, because I think that's like you were saying, like you like saying that a woman can make a black guy that's high value gonna be attracted to him. So it's what you would call, you know, hashtag hot wife. It's like my wife is hot enough to hot enough for black guys to want to fuck. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes sense. It makes sense. I get that. You know what I mean? And the whole thing about what you were saying before about I wanted to go down this list with you real quick, and I wanted to talk to you about when you were saying about how reparations. Some black guys are saying that shit. Like they're actually we can actually fight politically for actual reparations. But a lot of these black guys are like white girls or reparations, and that's kind of crazy because you have deep down the same kind of white men who are scared of black men of physically and sexually. They're also scared of us economically. That's why you have the whole redlining of black communities. Like it just had that movie called the Banker, and they had that scene where the guy was like, you know what I mean? Why is it that you have to deny a whole race an equal opportunity at the American dream? And the guy went to jail for saying that because they were denying him chances of the same way white banks can loan people money to grow businesses. You couldn't have black banks do that for black people to grow black business, to have black economics. And that's the whole thing. Like, I get with white girls. I still want my damn reparations. So I always, that's why I got the whole FinDom thing. Like, I got these cucks hitting me up, and I'm like, pay. Because if you think I'm so goddamn superior to you, have my damn money. Because I should be economically superior. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I remember you were telling me about getting a promotion, and you thought some black guys might probably deserved it more. How often have you seen black men? Because that's the whole thing. When you're around white people who are racist the way they are, but because they got these websites, chimpmania.com. There's some horrible racist shit. You got all these secret chat groups with people you wouldn't realize were racist as fuck. Like, my whole thing about this whole thing is that you got these people who smile. I've had white people smile in my face. I'm thinking, you probably go home and call me all kind of niggers. That's some bullshit. So let me ask you this: when it comes to and the job and jobs and economics in general, have you seen when black people aren't around, white people be racist against black men in particular?
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't see it people saying the N-word that much though.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's too obvious. I think
you're right that it's too obvious.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Actions speak louder than words. If you're trying to keep somebody broke and starving, you know what I mean? That's a whole lot worse. That's worse than saying the N-word. You trying to make me a broke nigga than saying I'm one and trying to break me as one. So what have you seen?
I never thought of it like that until you told me. I think you're totally right about making black men broke and kind of like,
economic genocide, redlining black communities.
Right about that.
Yeah.
I think part of it is that white men are just totally scared of black men, But
what have you seen? Because like I said, that you could look it up. Black business owners lynched because they were a threat to white economics. Like people black men literally got hung for that shit, killed for being. I'm a black business owner. I'm thinking if I was back then, I'd get fucking killed for it. I guess got bit by a dog now. I'm thinking I got bit by a dog because I own a black business, just like back in the day. You know what I mean? But anyhow, what have you seen personally?
I think personally, I haven't seen that much because I'm not in management or anything like that. But I have seen one thing I'll say that happens all the time is that if I work somewhere, everybody assumes I'm the manager because I'm white. Even though, like, one of my bosses, he was black, and he was a really nice guy, very nice to me. And but every time someone would come in, and actually it was interesting. I don't know, maybe you can help me understand this. 9 times out of 10, the person that thought I was the manager wasn't white. It was usually another black person or another minority. And I always was confused by that because a lot of white people that came in, usually, not always, but they usually didn't assume I was a manager. But basically what I'm trying to say is like...
internalized racism. Fatherless homes. Because how often was it a black man a manager, and the last thing they thought was that a black man was the manager over there? How often does that happen? I mean...
So actually I was going to talk to you about that. We had one, but then he got fired. And we didn't know why. I think what we were thinking is that he was fucking with someone at work.
He might have been. He might have been.
The thing is, I know if he was white and was doing that, they probably wouldn't care so much, or they would just tell him to stop.
But at the same time, I know for a fact that a lot of, like I said, with black men, putting white women as reparations over actual economic growth. So I can see a brother at his job too busy wanting female validation because he wasn't raised in a home with a father. So I could see a black man, yeah, fucking as they say, chasing his dick. But at the same time, I could see everybody else chasing the black man's dick. So put it that way.
Yeah. No,
So
I think you're right, because we had this one of my bosses, and she was really beautiful. She was a white woman. She had a big, ass. And everybody kind of made fun of her, like they came in, they were like, whoa, she's a hog, she's a woody or whatever.
Feed me pogs?
A what?
That's one of my phrases on Instagram. Feed me pogs. I put pictures of pogs on Instagram, like feed me pogs. I love them.
Oh, really?
You see my fat life? You see my fat life?
Yeah, your fat life's amazing. Yeah. And I've seen some pogs in general, like in real life, and she was definitely one of them.
Built for BBC.
What was that?
Built for BBC.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen white women take BBC in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like going to an NBA game.
You know what? I never thought of it like that, but that's probably what was going on in my mind.
Yeah.
Because I went to an interracial sex party, and there was, like, I'm not kidding, close to 100 black men. And I'm not just talking about any black men, but almost everybody was taller, stronger. Definitely, their dick was bigger than me. And every time they had sex with a white woman, it was just like looking at Kobe, scoring 80 points in a game or something.
It was a dunk contest. Like a dunk contest. Yeah. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I also feel like when there's a whole bunch of black men in the same room, they try to outdo each other.
Of course we do.
And,
that's why we don't work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you that shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it was pretty amazing, And I also, this is kind of, I don't know, this was kind of weird for me, but it was, I think, a good weird. But I think part of it, this interracial porn, and like at least the way it used to be, it's gotten better now with blacked and blacked raw. But
that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy how they have them black dudes coming in them white girls and letting the cum drip out. Like,
yeah,
that's nuts. Cause I'll go on YouTube and look up porn stars died of AIDS, and damn near man, you know how many porn stars die of HIV? Too many.
I don't know, but
look, go on YouTube, especially the gay ones. It just happened to put gay porn stars HIV death, like fucking, it's like 30 of them. Niggas one after the other. That shit's horrible, but they don't tell you that.
Yeah, that's sad.
They don't tell you that shit. Don't tell you that, bro. That's nuts. Like, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why I want to ask you next. When I'm up to about that's the whole thing about how cucks and sissies for BBC support black more than anybody else, because you know how you go in the comments, you're like, oh, the Jews are behind this. The Jews, it's propaganda. It's all propaganda. I'm like, no, y'all need to admit that it's a bunch of you white boys who like this shit more than anybody the fuck else.
Oh yeah, that's so true. That's such bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, all these people, yeah.
I don't watch black.com. I don't watch that shit.
Yeah. That's true.
I like Elsa Jean. I like Elsa Jean. I bust her little ass. But beside that, I don't really watch. Great. Yeah, I don't watch fucking. I don't watch black. Yeah, the fucking the narrator and shit like that. Like it's like fucking Sex in the City type of shit. Some Carrie Bradshaw bitch talking about going to our friend's house and getting fucked by our friend's black dad and shit. That ain't for me. Yeah, I don't make that shit. I'm like, what? You don't make all those fucking memes about submit to black cock. Let your wife get fucked. And she should let her come back looking like this and fucking nut dripping out of her ass. Like, what the fuck? We don't make this shit for black people.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
They don't.
I was watching this interview with some porn stars, and they were saying that their boyfriends don't want them to have sex with black porn stars. These are like female porn stars, and they said it's true, but it's only because their boyfriends are black, and they won't want like another black bull to nut in them when they're already getting nutted in by
that shit. I could not date a woman who gets paid to let niggas come in her, and it's so hard that the fucking cum could drip out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's some cuck shit.
Yeah.
Right there.
I mean,
That's
I
that's
think part
that's
of it is just like,
that's why cucks love black.com the most, because only a cuck would date one of them bitches and love it
yeah,
and love it
yeah,
and
yeah,
love that shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right. Yeah, I think part of it behind all this black raw, you know, dark 4K is that black people and white people, I think in a weird way, secretly want us to be resolved, you know, but it's really hard for us. And I think a natural way is for black men to have sex with white women, especially white wives.
Wow.
Or at least that's, yeah, I don't know, that's just the way, like, a lot of white men see it, especially married
You
white men.
you need to go on chimpmania.com. You need to go on these comment sections where it's just go on YouTube and look up BBC or big black clock, big black cock, and look at the comments. You'll see some angry ass people
So,
seeing that
I
shit.
can, I think I know what that is. I can kind of explain that to a certain degree. So a lot of people saying that are really young kids, you
Yeah,
know,
some of that, some of that too.
and they're probably learning it from some of their racist parents.
That's what I mean.
But I think most of it is like as a white boy growing up seeing that, you know, and I'm not talking about like, you know, like when you grow up as a kid, you know, I was like a young white boy watching porn, interracial porn at like 8 or 9 years old, you know, you want to be able to.
Were you that young?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I think, yeah.
It fuck
I
your
think
brain
part
up.
of it. What was that, sir?
I think it fuck your brain up. You can't see you
Yeah,
can't see a black dick when all adult dicks look super huge when you're a little kid watching that shit. Like I didn't think my dick was gonna be that damn big while looking at porn. Like that shit fucking like a damn leg compared
yeah,
to a kid.
yeah. Well, like I can say, coming from a white person, any black dick on a porn website looks huge compared to theirs.
Mm.
You know, and then seeing it in real life is like another thing. It's like one thing to like I was looking at this porn video on Pornhub, and it was saying, "Oh, cuckold porn, isn't it such a great fantasy?" And then at the very end, it says, "Or is it more than a fantasy?" And it just shows like for the next minute, tons of white girls getting fucked by, you know, totally young black men or white wives, you know, with their cuckold boyfriend or husband recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of it might have started out as maybe not all of them. I think maybe a black guy might have joked, "Oh, I'll fuck your white wife," you know, and then maybe in the back of their head, a white person's like, "Oh, I'd actually like to see that," and then it became kind of this joke type of porn, and then after a while, a lot of people in my generation like were so turned on by it, you know. You know, even I'm like turned on by it like so much. I mean, that's only what I look at is interracial porn. Like I can't look at anything else right now. And every time I go to a sex party, it's either an interracial sex party, or all I'm looking for is for a white woman to get fucked by a black man in front of me. You know, you know, and like those are all my fantasies. Like all my fantasies is like cleaning up after a bull comes in his wife, or you know, my fantasies would be like, you know, coming home and she's like cheating on me, and she's kind of like, you know, humiliating me or playing with me, you know. And I think that's what a lot of white guys are into, whether they admit it or not, you know.
I think the ones who are openly hostile towards black men may be the ones who either they have those feelings, but they're still kind of conflicted about it. And then you have the ones who may have like a relative who's into it, and maybe expose them to it. Like imagine you're like some hardcore neo-Nazi, but your dad's a cuck, and your mom's a fucking hot wife for black dick. You probably fucking if you already hate black guys and you gotta deal with that shit, you probably want to fucking kill the niggas. You know what I mean?
I think that's definitely a big part of it. Like if I mean, I can only imagine. I've never been around really racist people like that, but
you probably have. But that's the whole thing, is that it was that white people should try to put the whole moral high ground on. Like you got more people doing that Me Too shit against black men than all the white pedophiles in Hollywood.
No, it's true. Even Cuba Gooding Jr. got arrested more recently, and I thought that was pretty messed up, you know.
They had they had a documentary called An Open Secret. They took it down off YouTube. I downloaded it while it was still on there. I'll go back and watch it now. It's called An Open Secret. And matter of fact, they put another movie movie with the same name, and you had to buy it on YouTube. In the comments, people bought the movie thinking they're gonna watch the movie about the pedophilia. In the comments, they're like, "This is the wrong fucking movie." See, y'all don't want people getting exposed. They were in the comments calling out YouTube for helping them fucking hide the pedophile bullshit.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that shit nuts, man. That's what I said. They're more worried about policing a black dick than a fucking Catholic priest dick.
Yeah, no, it's true, and I think part of that is just there's a lot of inferior white men out there that are just scared, like now you have a lot more black businessmen, black-owned businessmen like yourselves that are coming up, and it's like one thing, like if you're like, because like society, as weird as it is, that's why a lot of people would come into the store I worked at and assume I'm the manager. Society assumes white people are successful simply because they're white. And since that's going to be changing in the next, decades or so, that's why I think, because like you talk about natural selection and stuff like that, like women want to feel safe and taken care of, and part of that is financially, and part of that is sexually.
You know what I was just watching? I was watching Malcolm X. And the movie,
with Denzel Washington.
Yeah, and do you remember in the movie he was messing with the white girl? He had kissing his feet.
I heard about that. Yeah. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah. I put that scene on my Instagram. I put the scene with just kissing her feet because later on in the movie she goes and marries some old white man for the money, and it's like they say a lot of white girls when they were young get fucking black dick the fuck down and then go settle down with a white guy with money who doesn't know this girl then damn near got fucking ruined by all kinds of fucking NBA, NFL quality black dick.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that's what a lot of white boys are into. Like they want to meet a slutty girl, a girl who's like really into anybody or can take a lot of men, And I know that's what it is for me, Like when I've gone to those sex parties, especially interracial sex party, there were two really young, beautiful white women. I mean, they were gorgeous, I mean, they weren't super young. They were like in their 40s, so that they had kids and whatever. But the idea of them having sex with a black man was even more interesting than if it was a younger white woman, that hasn't been married, I don't know if that makes any sense. If you want, I can explain it somewhat, but yeah.
Because it seems less likely.
No, I mean, maybe it seems less likely. I think part of it is, and I talked to another black bull about this, and he actually helped me understand it. He said something that was really cool, because I really like her perspectives. Like, they're super helpful for me as a cuckold, as a white boy, inferior white boy. But basically, he said that when he, there's one couple specifically where they have interracial cuckolding parties or interracial parties at this married white woman's house who has kids, and whenever they have these parties, they have to make sure the kids are gone,
Yeah.
And just to think that he's basically said this in one of his podcasts, he says he thinks it's pretty awesome that, there's this, white wife, who's been married, and you can see their wedding pictures around the house. And, he said, isn't it amazing that one day she was at a wedding saying her wedding vows in front of her whole family, an all-white wedding with a white husband. And, 10 years later, and she also had a couple kids,
Yeah.
And they had this really intense relationship, one that is super strong. Having a kid with someone is pretty strong. And then, she's here on her knees sucking black cock and taking black dick in her pussy, and her husband's eating it, like he said that's pretty awesome. And he also was saying something, and I don't know if you can relate to this, but I thought it was pretty cool, and it helped me understand to a certain degree what black bulls feel like when they're fucking white women or white wives. Is that he kind of feels like his ancestors, you know, are somewhere like applauding him and like, you know, saying, yeah, you're getting this white pussy.
I would disagree with that. If I had my black business burned down, you fucking a white girl isn't gonna rebuild black group economics, and that's
definitely not that.
And that's what.
But
and
I
that's,
think he was basically saying it was a way of like getting back at those people. You know,
it isn't. Put it this way: they're raping our women. Me having consensual sex with a white woman doesn't balance out them raping our women. It doesn't. It isn't. I'd rather just cut their dick off for it.
Yeah.
The fuck? I mean, like I said, they did all that shit to our women, but we have consensual shit, and that's worse than pedophilia. Because it's the whole thing is you got the what is it? You got the people still talking about their MAPs, their minor attracted people. I mean, what the fuck is that? You got people come out the closet talk about their pedophiles. Like you couldn't imagine you got people coming out as transgender and gay, but you couldn't imagine a white man coming out as a cuck for black dick who shares his wife.
Yeah.
Imagine that shit.
That won't happen for a while. I was talking to.
It's never gonna fuck. That's what I mean. You couldn't come out the closet saying you a cuck. But you could be gay as you want to be. You could be a tranny. You could be a minor attracted person. What the fuck? Yo, that bullshit.
Well, specifically,
a pansexual.
You couldn't come out as a cuck that's wife is a queen of spades. Whose wife is specifically into black men. You know, at least not yet. You know, but I think behind the doors. I don't think I know for a fact behind the doors.
If this shit's going on now, I know it's been going on. Pie eating sissies on fucking cucks. What the fuck? I know that shit's been fucking going on. It's just now everybody got camera phones. The camera phones are revealing this shit better than the actual fucking so-called porn sites.
No, you're right. Yeah, and I think part of it is like, as a white boy growing up, I thought a lot of it was just porn. You know?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize all that stuff was going on. And in fact, it's kind of a funny story. The first sex party I went to, the very, very first one, because the first sex party I went to, I was a virgin, and I never had sex with anybody. And, you know, and I just told myself, you know, and I looked at a lot of porn, and I looked at a lot of interracial porn, but at the time it wasn't like, I would definitely say it's probably my favorite, but I didn't look at it as much as I do now. Like I didn't look at it exclusively.
There's more of it.
Yeah. And I just told myself, wouldn't it be crazy before I went in? I thought about it for a second. Wouldn't it be crazy if I see a white woman have sex with a black man, and I saw a white woman have sex with two black men at the same time? And I think that kind of really changed my perspective. You know, like I couldn't like not want to see it. And I think part of it too is like, as a white boy growing up, there's this huge denial that black men, like most, not all, but most.
You couldn't have that in this big. Can you imagine a sex party in the 60s where two black men are having sex with one white woman, and the news got out, and the shit was it like Mississippi where they're still blowing up black churches and shit like that? You wouldn't have that kind of sex party 40, 50 years ago.
Definitely not.
Bad enough. You had that shit now. Everybody got to wear a mask. Type of shit like that, you know what I mean? You couldn't just walk down the street holding hands with your black fucking lover.
Yeah.
People tell your husband, "Oh my God, I saw your wife with a nigger." You couldn't do that shit now. They'll call her a fucking coal burner.
I never even heard of that word, but I saw that on your
coal. Look up Google. No. Go on YouTube and look up coal burner.
Okay, I'm going to look this up right now. You're telling me a lot of stuff I never heard of, but then again, I'm a white boy still.
They either call a girl a coal burner or a CB whore.
CB whore? What does that mean?
Coal burning whore. Yeah. Yeah, they'll call you a coal. They'll call that girl a coal burner or a CB. You saw I had that thread, burn the coal, stretch the hole.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a really cool thread.
But that's because white racists have the term "burn the coal, pay the toll," because they sit back and wait. They sit back and wait for black men to kill white women in relationships, and they'll go toll paid, burn the coal. Once you go black, God sends you back. All that crazy shit, bro. They look forward. Yeah, they look forward to. They'll be like, oh, that a black thing goodified some CB Colburn or whatever the fuck. Goodified meaning he killed her, and they're happy that she's dead. Or the article, the thread will talk about how the half black kid got killed or didn't get killed. They'll tell you, oh, good the mongrel's dead, or oh, too bad he didn't kill the mongrel and the CB whore too. I'm like, God damn, bro, they calling for death for kids, white women and black men and all that shit. They want the fucking bed to blow up.
Yeah,
a black man and white woman get in it. Yeah.
Yeah, at least for me, and I've seen this with some other porn, and this is the porn that I'm into, and maybe it's a more neutral perspective of, white women having sex with black men, but the whole, black new world order, like the violence I don't like. I think the idea of like black men having sex with a white woman and getting her pregnant to me sounds really beautiful,
Yeah.
So like, I definitely don't believe in that stuff, and
that's the whole thing. Put the whole black breeded or breeded black thing, all that crazy shit in context with all the black abortion. Like over here in New York City, they got it where black women are having more abortions than they're giving births. Look it up. That's what I'm telling you. On one hand, they're jerking off to memes about breeding white pussy with a black dick, but on the other hand, they're damn near pushing for black women to kill their own damn babies.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Like for me, I like the idea of having a white wife that got pregnant from a black man. I don't know if it's gonna be like I think I haven't met any women that have done that yet, but I would like to. Actually, there's one woman I talked to on Black to White that she says she's had 2 black babies, and her husband's a married white guy, but
really?
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, she could be lying for all I know, right? Like she could be a dude.
They do that shit online too. Have them fat like people are fucking fakes and role playing and shit like that. I'm like, bro, here's my number. What's up? They're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm playing on it. It's a fantasy because that's the whole thing. All that interracial access and white acceptance and bullshit. One, have my fucking money, and two, how about not co-signing the police killing little 12-year-old boys and shit. The cops could fucking kill my ass. So you tell me all that white pussy ain't saving me when the fucking cops pull me over and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think part of it is just like white people don't want to admit the truth of what's going on. Like they're kind of like in denial. Like when you talk about what do white people say when black people aren't around, it's not so much they say, oh, the N-word or whatever, but they say things like, oh, they're over-exaggerating about these deaths, that they're being manipulated by the left media, and, which isn't true. I mean, there's clearly a lot of evidence.
Lots of racists like to use code words like left and liberal. Oh, he's a liberal. I bet he's a liberal. I'm like, what that got to do with you not liking black people? Just say it. Yeah. You don't like black people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of interesting because I think, honestly, like, a lot of white people really do want to be friends with black people, but they're so resentful, and they're more ashamed of what their ancestors have done,
And they're ashamed of having what they have from the blood of my people.
Yeah, yeah, and I think also too, it's like that's kind of why a lot of this cuckold porn shows up because I think like part of it is symbolically their wife getting fucked by a black man to them is like it will never repay everything, but I'm just saying like it's symbolically for them a start.
Yeah, symbolic. Because imagine a white guy who's against black people getting reparations, but is for a black man fucking his wife and calling that reparations. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
I guess I'm trying to say it's a start. Like, I'm not trying to say it's not right. I'm just saying that,
It's not a start to me. The start is here's my PayPal, send some fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm hoping if we get a new president, there will be some reparations, because I'm definitely for reparations of money and of white pussy.
Intangibles, because that's the whole thing. I want anti-police brutality laws. What's the point of having all that money, but I can get killed by the police and the police can get away with that shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that money, but I'm still blocked from buying real estate because I'm still a nigga and nobody wants to see one. They still want me to say they have them 40 acres and a fucking mule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the shit I'm about.
Well, that's funny because I, as a white person, I was actually thinking about this because I went to the Schomburg Center recently.
Mm-hmm.
As a white person,
you went to the Schomburg Center in Harlem?
Yes, sir.
How recent?
I went there on the first day of Black History Month.
You gotta listen to Professor Black Truth and Jason Black. They'll tell you what you want to. Yeah, that's who you want to listen to.
Send it to me. I'll definitely want to listen.
I'll send that shit to you because they talk about reparations and tangibles all the damn time and how we ain't going for no pat on the back and that pet N-word role. I'm not trying to be nobody's pet. No mascot. Fuck all that bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm about to run out of damn time on this phone. So let me let you go here. Good talking to you. I appreciate you being an honest cuck who can give you the inside track on white folk. Matter of fact, let me ask you this one last thing. You were saying that when black people aren't around, white people say code-worded bullshit. What kind of code-worded bullshit have you seen a white person do when black people aren't around?
You mean like names?
No, not names, but just the shit that they have said or done when black people run around that you consider racist against black people.
I'm trying to think. I think one thing is they say, oh, they're exaggerating or they're insecure. That's a big thing. Is they always say they're insecure because they're
always
black,
like you've heard this said a lot.
In so many words, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, yeah.
Bill Maher said that denying racism is a new form of racism. The only problem is that it's not new because you've had all white juries deny black white people who are accused of lynching black people, and they got acquitted because of it. So it's not a new denial. Isn't new a form of racism, but it is a form of racism, denying racism. So there you go.
Yeah, and I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
If you meet any white person, no one will be like, I'm racist, you know. And I think, that's kind of what it is. It's like there's not one white person really out there that'll admit they're racist. You know, they'll just say that they're conservative or, they have a different point of view.
And racism means having a system that keeps other people down. So what you won't have more likely is a white person who admits that they benefit from keeping other people down and keeping themselves up in doing so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you won't hear a white person admit to being racist in regards to racism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the only time somebody really admits that is if they're basically saying they're a white boy cuck like I am.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy that it takes a white cuck to admit to being a racist.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm outwardly, but I think what you said is that I do benefit. Like when I got promoted over my.
You acknowledge it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I acknowledge it, and I think for me it's like whenever I become a manager, I would like to promote a lot of black men and women, but mainly black men, because. They've probably been. I mean, they have been oppressed more than anybody in this country.
Think about it like this: imagine a white person who owns land telling a Native American that lives on a reservation, who historically people were wiped out and ran off of their land, telling them that they didn't benefit from racism in America. Imagine that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
denying racism.
Yeah. Well, my point is that, like, a lot of white people have grown up not knowing the truth about slavery because they don't teach it in college.
They don't teach white guilt.
You don't teach it in high school,
Yeah, they don't. There you go.
So, like, when I learned about 40 acres and a mule and how that was taken away after the Civil War was over, like, I had no idea, because, and I didn't know, ideally, that's where, like, if they gave the 40 acres and a mule and they didn't take it back, then you would have, probably like 15 black presidents now. You'd have hundreds of
put
black
it this way. Put it this
CEOs.
way. White slave owners got reparations after slavery ended, but not the people who were raped, whipped, and worked to death. You know what I mean? So there that shit goes. Anyhow, let me let you go right now. Good talking to you, man. We'll talk later. We'll probably have another one of these combos. I'll come up with some topics so we can break them all down. All right?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Sir,
good talk.
I'm available anytime.
Gotcha. Good talking to you.
You too, sir.
All right.
Bye.